Alright, so this is what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Lightsaber wise, I've been doing other stuff with the gym box and the sonic screwdriver flashlight, but been throwing around, whatever you want to say, some of my other projects and stuff too. So this is my Luke V2, the one that's MHS based, but obviously it's all hack and foo and stuff, and to be totally honest, I don't know if there's actually any real full MHS parts in there. There could be, I don't remember, it's been a while, but so this is the one that started out with the polycarbonate neck, and then I changed it to an aluminum neck somewhere along the way, and this time I put in the blade holder and pommel from the Master Replicas versions, and the parts were so old they actually did say Master Replicas on them, not Hasbro. So either way, they're old parts, but again, they're accurate enough so that it takes it up one more notch as far as I'm concerned. I like the changes. I like this hilt in particular from when I first, and one that I still hold fairly dear. But yeah, for the most part, it's still the same Luke V2 version 4. Clamp card I think I switched out a while ago too. I don't like the lever. I still have that same tactile button and that kind of thing. V4, man. So yeah, this is the old original light mead, so you get so spoiled with these newer ones, but there's that. Also made this. Don't really know what kind of sword it's supposed to mimic. It's just a sword hilt, really. I mean, I started out with the Tonfa handle again, and then I threw on an Ace Rocket TPM pommel backwards and food up some emitter parts with the brass tube sticking out of it. It's brass tubes over 832 threaded rod with the brass balls on it. It's the brass balls from the original rapier version, but 1-inch blade tip. So it's pretty small. It's something new change. Obviously it doesn't have a whole lot of room in it, so all it has is a single 16340 and a crystal shard version 1. And this hole was already here. By the way, this is the blade holder 5 that was on my old Luke V2, and then with the lip of a Qui-Gon emitter, and this is the flange from the Minas Tirith blade holder 6 that was modified. So this is pretty much just a I turned the macro off. It's just a pin attached to a 832 button head, but it's there's some spots right here where all you do is you put this little key thing in. Can't see looking through the camera, so I'll just use my regular eyes, and that's what makes the two negative connections. Otherwise, it's got 3 pins. One, the extra one is for the negative side, or the red side. So yeah, that right there is kind of a switch plate to cover up all this stuff. I made it in the shape of a dragon skull. The eyes activation. Just use a regular royal blue rebel. So it's got my Steel Sword 2 font in there, but it's really super bright. Yeah, and then just pull the little key out, and then it gets screwed back here. Yeah, can't see, but I got my tongue sticking out, kind of concentrating. I'm not going to subject you guys to that anymore. Screw it. Anyway. Next. This is my Tron Legacy hilt. It's pretty much the same as Minas Morgul. It's just black and clean, and instead of using all aluminum. I use some polycarbonate for some of the layers, like layer 1 1/4 is polycarbonate, layer 1 1/2 is polycarbonate. So really, all it is just interspersing some of the layers with polycarbonate tube, and otherwise it's pretty much the same hilt makeup setup style, whatever you want to call it, Minas Tirith, Minas Morgul. So it's got a V7.5. Yeah, the main tube is 1.1/8, and then we got the 1.25 layer there underneath the 1 3/8. So style-wise, again, it's very similar to the other ones. It's just from a different angle this time. So the bar graph basically is just 6 LEDs underneath that, so that it shines through the polycarbonate, and then the LED optics module was made out of polycarbonate instead of aluminum, so that it'll shine through here, and this whole thing is more or less hollow, and it's the screws connected to very strategically placed pieces of aluminum and polycarbonate and stuff, so it's still solid. It's just that I removed as much material as possible so that the light could hit all the different angles and stuff, because it comes up through here and around there kind of thing. So but that's just a standard TCSS blade plug. I just powder coated it black to match everything. So yeah, shines through pretty well. Again, took some of the styling from the Tron Legacy stylings and stuff. So one thing that I did that was a little bit different for this is I got multiple LEDs in the bar graph, so that when you do the colors change, it goes to white. So there's your Rinsler bad guy to good guy to bad guy to good guy, whatever. So, but either way, it shines through really well in all the different places that I wanted it to. This right here is a little bit of leftover shine from here, so that when the LEDs pick up, it augments it pretty well, and there's good continuity throughout. So yeah, getting pretty good at this style. It goes fairly quickly now that it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort anymore. Went with satin and gloss because there's different elements of both in the Tron Legacy grid. But so these parts are PC'd twice with the 20% black and the black chrome. So this is just the bare aluminum. So what I did with that was just PC'd it the straight 20% black, and then had aluminum tape underneath it. And then after I powder coated, I pulled all that stuff off and then powder coated again, so that it's gray in the lines and stuff like that, to include the pommel, which is from the coder run. Just fit really well with this theme, and it ended up looking really cool too. So pommel, main body, and switch plate, those are the gloss parts, and then everything else is just straight 20% gloss satin. But it turned out really cool. I don't know if it really captures it, but in real life it looks really neat. So one more time, that's how it looks. With the blade in, it looks pretty cool too, but it doesn't have the full effect because, like, strangely enough, the blade plug actually mixes it a little bit better. So even using a white blade, you get not as much color filtering through all over the place, and on top of that, it doesn't blend as well, so you can sort of see some of the green and the blues and stuff like that. But either way, still looks pretty cool, but kind of proud on how it turned out. It's good stuff. I was gonna make a Tron Legacy themed sound font, but I didn't really see the need. I mean, some already exist, lots of others that sort of fit in that same universe, so didn't really need to do that. Anyway, but that's all it is, and take it easy. Thanks for watching.